Hi there, my name is Dr. Hilary Booth and I'm a naturopathic doctor, and welcome to my video blog. Today we're going to be talking about environmental allergies, your seasonal allergy sufferers, and their relationship with food cross-reactivity and how we can help to reduce our seasonal allergies through the foods that we eat. So this summer we're seeing lots of people suffering from allergies, and we haven't even hit that ragweed season yet toward the end of the summer, early fall, where lots more people are also suffering from seasonal allergies. It's not uncommon that if you do suffer from seasonal allergies that you've had a test done with your MD called a skin prick test or a scratch test, usually done on the forearm, where they introduce small amounts of the allergens, and then if your body reacts and you get a redness there, then you know which specific allergens are causing your body that allergy reaction of the itchy, watery eyes, runny nose. Now, when you do that test, or if you're attuned to what you react to outside, you'll know whether you react to ragweed or grass or pet dander or pollen or all of the above. And that knowledge can help us with directing which foods you should be avoiding in order to help reduce your allergy symptoms. So before we get into all that, I want to talk about what exactly is food cross-reactivity and how does that work in the body. So when our body is exposed to a foreign substance, for example, a bacteria, a virus, maybe a food, maybe an allergen like pollen or grass or ragweed, your body mounts a specific immune response to that allergen and it attacks it. And this attack is great. It allows our immune system to neutralize threats like bacteria and viruses. However, this immune system also has something coming with it called a histamine reaction. And that histamine reaction causes inflammation, and it's exactly what's responsible for that itchiness, those watery eyes, that runny nose, and that sinus congestion that you experience when you have allergies. Now, people with environmental allergies have been sensitized to specific allergens, so that as soon as their body sees that allergen, like ragweed for example, your body's going to mount that immune system response really quickly, and you're going to get that histaminic reaction really quickly. Now, the problem is that the immune system sometimes gets a little bit mixed up. So when the immune system gets confused, this is called cross-reactivity. So when the immune system sees certain markers on foods, for example, these markers some of them are called profilins and some of them are called lipid transfer proteins. What they do is the immune system thinks that those are those markers seen on your environment or allergen. So your body's actually seeing a food, but it thinks that it's seeing ragweed, for example. It mounts that immune response, we get that same histaminic reactivity. But of course it's happening to food rather than to the actual allergen. So the good news is that we can use this knowledge of what things cross-react between foods and environmental allergens to our advantage to help reduce our allergy symptoms this season. The other interesting piece of information is that those markers, that profilin and lipid transfer proteins, are most often degraded during the cooking process. So it's actually the raw versions of these foods, for the most part, that are causing this cross-reactivity reaction, and are causing our allergies to be worse. So keep in mind that if we cook a lot of these foods, it's going to help the way that your body responds to them. So we're going to break this down into the 4 big categories of types of allergies that people experience. So the first one we're going to tackle is the biggest, it's the most common, and it's the one that has the most foods actually attached to it. So bear with me. The first is called the birch tree pollen sensitivity. So if you are a hay fever sufferer, chances are you have this birch tree pollen sensitivity happening with you. And the most commonly recognizable symptom with this is called oral allergy syndrome. And this is actually where you get itching on the lips, the tongue, and the roof of the mouth that are associated with eating these foods. Now, if you have oral allergy syndrome, chances are you actually are reacting to birch tree pollen and you may not know it. So that's something good to keep in mind. The other really important thing to keep in mind is that this oral allergy syndrome is not the same as an anaphylactic reaction. Anaphylaxis, of course, is where we're having a swelling of the airways, and it's an emergency where you're going to need an EpiPen and hospitalization possibly. So please keep in mind that these are 2 very different things. Your oral allergy syndrome, you get that itching with that food pretty much immediately on eating it, and it is not severe. It's annoying, but it's not severe or life-threatening, and it usually goes away on its own pretty quickly. Now, if you do experience this oral allergy syndrome, or you have a birch tree allergy and you know it from your skin scratch test, or from experience, you're going to consider eliminating the following foods in order to prevent that cross-reactivity between your body thinking that you're being exposed to a birch and the foods. So our fruits are apples, cherries, pears, plums, peaches, nectarines, and kiwis. Our veggies are fennel, parsnip, carrot, onion, potato, tomato, celery, and spinach. Our nuts are hazelnut, walnut, and peanut. Our grains include wheat and buckwheat, and other includes honey because it's often that pollen that's actually been contaminated in there from the birch tree family. Now again, that was our biggest family. We can move on to some slightly simpler ones now. If you had a grass pollen sensitivity, you're that person that gets that itchy, watery eyes, runny nose when you're exposed to freshly cut grass, for example, you may want to consider eliminating the following foods to help reduce your reactivity of your immune system to the grass pollen family. Now, this is different from the oral allergy syndrome that we spoke about earlier. You're not going to get that oral allergy sensitivity to these foods, so unfortunately you can't watch out for that symptom. You just see whether or not you have that grass reactivity, and then you'll consider taking out the following: melons, oranges, Swiss chard, tomato, watermelon, and wheat. The next group that we're going to chat about is really common as well. It's our ragweed sensitive people. So again, if you're experiencing environmental allergies as a result of ragweed, you may consider eliminating the following foods in order to reduce your symptoms of allergies during ragweed season. Again, these do not cause oral allergy syndrome, so you unfortunately can't use that symptom to help you out. But again, you can look at your symptoms and whether or not you have that skin patch test reactivity. So the foods you're going to need to eliminate for the the ragweed pollen sensitivity are banana, honey, melon, cantaloupe, zucchini, artichoke, sunflower seeds, and honeydew melons. Now, there are also some herbs that fall into this category that are in that same ragweed family that you should be avoiding either as supplements or as taken as teas. So that includes chamomile tea, echinacea, hibiscus, milk thistle, and golden seal. Our fourth and final group we're going to chat about today is a little bit different. It's our latex sensitive people. And although latex allergies aren't considered environmental allergies by the same rate that we've talked about everything else, I think it's important to bring it up here because the people who experience reactivity or contact sensitivity to latex are actually at a very high risk of having anaphylactic reactions to certain foods. So I do recommend that you go get blood testing done to see if you're at risk of having an anaphylactic reaction to the following foods so that you can be really safe if you do have a latex allergy. So the most common ones are going to be avocado, banana, kiwi, and chestnut. And then some other ones that you may want to look out for are apricot, celery, dandelion, grapes, mango, melon, papaya, passion fruit, peach, pineapple, spinach, sunflower, and tomato. So again, those are our top 4 that I wanted to chat about with regard to immune cross-reactivity of your foods with your seasonal allergies. If you are doing these dietary things, you need help with making these dietary changes, or you would like some more assistance with things that we can do to reduce your allergy inflammation overall, calm down your immune system, and actually stabilize the cells that release that histaminic reaction, I would be happy to help you out with some more advanced allergy treatment programs. So you can absolutely book an appointment with me at daruwellness.com or by calling the clinic. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care.